All right. Was that like our warning sound?
Apparently, that was our 5-minute warning.
Yep.
Gotta knock off all the bullshit.
Let's do this.
1 second.
Chocolate. And I have not eaten it. I got it at Christmas. The question is, do I ever eat it?
Yeah.
I'm tempted. Very tempted.
I don't blame you.
If I get desperate for chocolate.
There you go.
Oh, that makes me... I almost forgot. Rumble.
Okay. All right. And...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic! I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 623. This is your Overseas Connection podcast for Sunday, March 21st in the year 2021. I am just one of your hosts today, Greg DeLacy, Gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter. And we are a video game podcast. So if you like video games, you're in the right spot. If you like sports, probably not so much, but we do talk about other things other than video games. So maybe, we might dabble in some of that. On the show today, I have three lovely individuals. The first is actually an asshole. That's Robin Tate. Robin spinning the decks. Robin.
Hello there, everybody. Hiya. Hopefully there's no echo. If we have echo in the chat, would you please let me know? Thank you.
Indeed. We do want an echo-free show. We appreciate that. Also joining me today, looking rather gingerly, Peachin.
Hey. I thought you was going to say me when you mentioned asshole or whatever it was, some insult. But
amazingly,
thanks, Daddy.
You didn't give me the finger, so I did not call you an asshole.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on. And it's not echoing, by the way. I've listened to the stream. It's fine. There's no echoes.
Excellent.
We're doing good so far. We're on.
Thanks, Ginger Daddy. Thanks.
Hey.
And last but certainly not least, on the show, looking fresh as ever, Kim Woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna love the show today. I can see that already.
Yes.
Howdy.
We got a good show coming. We've got a lot to talk about. There was some news that was happening. It will make some of our PlayStation fans happy because there's a lot of PlayStation news that came out. There's some good Xbox news as well. All kinds of stuff happening, as well as just our lives. And speaking of our lives, we have birthdays we want to talk about. Before we get to that, though, I am going to just real quickly mention, if you happen to be a first-timer, one, congratulations. You popped your cherry. We are on this channel every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, no matter what. Always 9 p.m. in the UK. We are nice to our UK friends because they are up later than we are. Out on the West Coast right now, it is 2 o'clock on the West Coast. It is 5 o'clock Central, I think. 4-ish. 4? Yeah, okay.
4.
Somewhere in there. Anyway, the U.S. times are all fucked up because the UK hasn't done their time change yet. That's what I'm getting at here. But normally, it is all their fault. Normally, 1 p.m. in the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast, 3 p.m. Central Time Zone, and of course, 9 p.m. in the UK. So just come hang out. We have fun, and we enjoy having people in the chat because every once in a while, we actually pay attention to the chat and we will respond. We have birthdays to celebrate. We always want to celebrate those people that are getting older because it makes us feel better about us getting older. So we have Mr. Parks turning 86 on the night. Yeah, 86. He turned 86. It's incredible. We also have Patricio David. That's I'm going to say that right now. 73 on the 20th. Congratulations. And then old Mother Hubbard, Tahara Chin. She turned 21 on the 26th. She's 21 forever in my eyes. And a happy birthday to all of these people. And therefore, we're going to play you a wonderful song right now.
If you like this podcast...
I don't know what that was. And yes, responding to the chat real quickly, we ignore Nintendo pretty much on a regular basis. If there is Nintendo news, we will bring it to your attention, we promise, but we really don't care. All right, let's dive into some story time. We got stuff to talk about. Let's get it going.
Hooray, story time. Hooray, story time. I'm so glad to be with you today.
Okay, important news right now. Kim and myself, we're sober.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. That's all I had to say about that. Pete, what's been going on in your neck of the woods, Pete? What's been going on? Talk to me.
Well, I finally sorted my OBS shit out. I was having problems last week. I know. It was really doing my head in. But I've managed to sort it out now. I didn't need my tech support, Mark Anix. He said he was going to help me.
Was this to sort out streaming chess that nobody cares about?
That nobody watches?
Yeah, streaming chess. Oh, shit. You've just spoiled what I've been playing. For God's sake. That's the only reason that, you know, I play games now is for chess. I'm only joking.
You know, Pete, for the record, we used to give Kim a very hard time because Gems of War was like her go-to game for the longest time. You have taken her spot now with chess.
How long did you play that? How long did you play that for?
Oh, God, I don't know. It was a while.
No.
Might have been the better part of a year. I'm just going to say
Probably.
that.
Oh, was it?
Probably, yeah. It was probably pretty good. A year.
Oh, geez, I'm really stacking up some stats now. I've had quite. Do you know what? I'm actually going to talk about that after that. So, right. So, what else have I been doing? So my OBS is sorted out now. So I've got a stream. I've watched a few things on Netflix. I've watched a movie called Moxie, and it's just about all this high school drama, and there's this captain of the soccer team, and he's really sexist and horrible to all these people in his class and in his year. And one girl, I forgot her name now. It's not Moxie, I don't think. No, it's not. She ended up
telling us that you actually watched like a teen teen bop type movie.
Yeah,
on purpose.
I'll continue. She ended up like creating this feminist like magazine called Moxie, and it was very punk inspired. It was copying some of her mom's artwork, because her mom apparently was a bit of a feminist and a bit of an activist in her day, and she was a bit of a punk as well. So she went with the punk theme, and she released this magazine called Moxie around the school, and that created a bit of camaraderie between the girls. And yeah, it was all about that jazz. And I watched another movie, staying on the old teen thing, Dating Amber.
I thought that was a porno. Thank God.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Pete, what the hell, man? You're turning into me.
So Dating Amber is actually set in Ireland, and I don't know exactly where they are, but yeah, they're in Ireland, and it's about this one lad. His dad's in the army, and all of the lads are very laddish, very like, a lot of banter and a lot of
dicks.
Did you said they're laddish?
I don't think I said laddish, but I said they're very like
an iceberg.
Way than lads.
They're like an iceberg laddish. You have it with some ham and cheese and some beetroot. Makes a lovely lunch.
Yeah, lovely lunch. So anyway, all these lads taking the mickey out of this one boy, you know, because he's not dating a girl. They keep saying that he's got a small penis and all that jazz, you know, just as you do as 13-year-old. No, no, he's older than that actually. Yeah, because his girlfriend was driving, so it's probably about 17 anyway. It's a little bit like In Betweeners if you've seen that before. Anyway, he's gay and he's not come out the closet. He's not told anyone. And then there's another girl in the school who is known to be gay, and she obviously gets all of the homophobic jokes thrown at her. In fact, it's set in the 80s. And she's getting all the homophobic, you know, insults and whatever every day at school. And in the end, they end up pairing up together, and they say they go out with each other just to stop getting the flack. And it's a good film. It's all right, very light-hearted. Got a
so
good.
They're not gay.
Yes, they are. Yeah, but they end up going out with each other just to pretend that they're, you know.
Okay, they're pretending. Got it.
Yeah.
But is the twist they turn into a couple?
I'm not going to spoil it because it's an epic film.
So. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I won't want to do it. No, it was good actually. I did enjoy it. And then I watched a horror movie called The Prodigy. I've watched that. It's about this serial killer who died, and then the theory is that you reincarnate into somebody else as you as you die. And this serial killer who killed, I think it was about 9 women and cut off all of their hands, he reincarnated into this young baby boy, and as he grown up, he ended up being a little 8-year-old serial killer kid. Light-hearted watching, you know.
I would like to go on record. I love our chat. I love our chat.
One for the kids. He's probably forced to watch.
Dating Amber to some sort of psycho serial killer sort of.
Yeah. The prodding, by the way, is something that happens in China now when you go to visit there.
I reckon Nerd Allegiance ought to go back to what I've been watching this week and watch all of those just as a little challenge, and I reckon you'll enjoy all of them. I'm not forced to watch them. It's it's something I like to do. Just watch the odd film here and there. It's not something that I normally watch. But anyway, I'll move on. I've had my jab. I've had my COVID jab. It's not hurting.
All right, that's good.
I didn't even. Well, it says you'll feel a small prick. I didn't even feel one. From any direction.
You said.
Because it's not real, Pete. Because the injection's fake. There's no needle. They're not injecting you with anything. It's complete. The vaccine is a farce. It doesn't exist. It's not
Is that
real.
why he was licking my arm?
Yeah.
No, it's because you're so muscular, you're burly man, you don't feel the needle.
Oh. No, I really thought everybody was saying that it's like pretty it's pretty painful, and I was expecting a bit of a kick. I didn't feel a thing.
Most people are pussies.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I
So
will for you. There you go.
So in high school, the first year or two of high school, the girls and the guys, we all got vaccines. So we got the BCG and all of that, and you had to get this thing called. Before it, was it the 9 needles or the 6 needles? So
yeah,
before the injection, it was a few days beforehand, and it's to check to see if you have any allergic reactions. So there must be 6 little things in the needles. And as kids are, right, they are little bastards, and and they all said that this really, really hurts. You know, it built it up that it was going to be so painful and so terrible. So I go in to see the nurse, and I'm all like, really, really uptight, wound up. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! You know, really, And this is me, 12 or 13 years old. Up to me, going, what's going to happen? Get the thing. I go, boom, straight to the floor, faint.
Oh my god!
Because of the.
Wasn't expecting that.
Because it was the relief, the stress of it all.
Poof, I love it.
Straight down. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. And then there was the other time I got the prick. No, I'll not go there.
No.
Hey, actually, this makes me want to ask a question now. Obviously, we know Robin has fainted before. He just announced that.
That's only one. That's the only time I think in my whole life.
Yeah, but have either of you guys ever fainted?
No.
I came close once, but I have not ever.
Yeah, I think I might have come close once, but not ever fully like flat on the floor, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've got the vapors, sort of thing. No. So.
Okay.
I remember pulling over on the motorway once on the hard shoulder many years ago, and I think it was stress and hunger, and I got the cold sweats and felt really, really, and I thought I better stop. I have to stop, and I was like hyperventilating almost. I don't know what it was, but I think that's probably the closest I've ever come to it.
Yeah. Now I will point out, passing out and fainting, totally two different things.
Yep.
The passing out thing may have happened a couple times.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the alcohol-induced coma? Yeah, well, that's
yeah.
No, not really.
I mean, I say it because I mean, I've never passed out like in a situation like I was at a table or something.
Yeah, you're a tight bastard.
But absolutely getting home, going to the couch, and then waking up the next morning being like, holy crap, I didn't get out of my clothes at all. That for sure has happened.
Well, I did once wake up. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. They fuck you in the drive-in. They fuck you. No. Okay. Leo gets. Okay. So I do remember one night coming home, and I lived in this apartment, and my mate had been out that night, and I remember I was upstairs, and I remember waking up in the morning, and I was lying on the sofa, with my head over the edge, sort of drool. And I felt this wet stuff. My hand was on the floor, and I was sort of moving my hand about in the wet, and then realized it was vomit, puke.
Oh,
nice.
So yeah, very green.
Yeah.
So I get myself up, right, and I get myself dressed and showered and get that all sorted out, and I go downstairs to start my day. And I opened my front door, and my front door is covered in puke. So yes, so I was nearly puking, ready to go again. Yeah. There's been some bad times, not a lot lately. I mean,
you've never purchased anything on Amazon not knowingly.
Oh, yeah, but that's funny. That's silly, drunk. That wasn't like.
No, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, sorry, Pete. We totally hijacked your story of Teen Frog movies. Anything else you would like to report?
What else? I've been gardening as well. Planting stuff. Just getting ready for the summer.
Okay.
Just popped in some. I got 35 sunflowers.
Nice.
I bought some dahlias. What else have we got? Can't remember, but we're doing some planting and just getting some bits and bobs ready.
Cannabis plants?
A little color. Cannabis, yes.
Yeah.
Is it legal?
I've got bamboo. It kind of looks like cannabis.
Is cannabis legal over there?
No.
I don't recall. No. All right. No. Never mind.
No.
You've not planted any cannabis, just for the record.
No. Apart from that, I'm alright. I don't feel ill neither. I thought I was going to be feeling a bit ill tonight after this injection. But I'm drinking alcohol to keep my blood thin because I've had the Oxford injection.
Good. All right.
No, it's just my first beer, really. I've not been drinking all day. So, yeah. There we go. I'm good.
All right. Everything's good. All right. Well, we'll go from somebody doing good to somebody doing bad. Robin, let's talk about your week, man. You had a rough go of it. Not just a week, a rough couple of weeks.
2.5 weeks of fucking hell. Like fucking, if you think puking your fucking door's bad or you wake up with your hand in puke, fucking that's like nothing. If you thought it was a long way to the chemist and back, it's fucking nothing compared to my last 2.5 weeks. Fuck me. And that's me putting it as politely as possible. Okay, so I wasn't on the show last week, and maybe I was on the week before, and this has just happened. So my wife had put her back out, right, and she never has done this before. She bent over, picking up something very, very small. It was my penis, probably, and something went pop, and she couldn't stand up. She couldn't lie flat. And for 2 weeks, she slept on the couch downstairs, or didn't sleep, as the case may be, and slept upright on the sofa in the corner, unable to pick anything up, unable to do anything. We had her at the physio, we had her at the hospital, and then they changed her medication. She had an allergic reaction. We had to rush her to the hospital because she was coming out, and so she went back to bed on Thursday and managed a full night. She tried it on Wednesday, but managed about 2 a.m. But still, even now, she's walking around like a 90-year-old woman, bent in half. Maybe a 100-year-old woman, because 90 is not that far away from me. 100-year-old woman, bent over. I mean, she's walking up and down outside our house to raise money for charity. She's going to do 100 of those before she gets... No, she's not. But she has been about as fucking useful as a turd on a log. Okay?
I have it on good authority. She just really wanted to get out of housework.
Okay. So...
Mission accomplished.
She's been on diazepam and other stuff. Really strong medications to take the pain away. And she's been talking pure and utter shit for nearly 10 days. And it was only about last Monday or Tuesday that my wife started to come back again. That some sensible stuff was coming out of her mouth again. Okay. So remember, that wouldn't be so bad. It was just Judith and I could sort of manage. I could just load her with drugs, put some drink in front of her.
Throw her in the closet.
Yeah, leave her in the corner of the fucking sofa, and I could go about my day. Come back,
right?
Check her bedpan, whatever. Wash her down, give her some food. Unfortunately, that's not the case with me. Because there's me and Judith. My 21-year-old, almost 21-year-old boy lives away through the week. But I have 6 other children that I deal with. One severely disabled, one toddler. We'll get to that little bitch in a minute. And then the other ones, 2 are at school and some are at home, okay? So I have been getting them up, making them breakfast, doing their laundry, doing the ironing, doing the shopping, cleaning the house, doing the dishes, doing the floors, making the beds, changing the beds, doing the laundry, doing it all again. Robert, can I have a drink, please, for my tablets? Could you give me my tablets, please? Oh, fuck, Glenn, you've done another shit in your fucking nappy. Christ. Fucking hell. I swear to God, I've been so looking forward to tonight. Again, just to get away from that. Now, it is easing a bit, but I'll give you today, for example. So, just to get ahead, get up at about 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning. I went up and prepared the dinner today. It's Sunday. So, potatoes and gammon and get it all ready, and the veg and the carrots and all that prep. Before anybody comes up, make a fresh pot of coffee. Help Judith down the stairs, because she can't step down the stairs one at a time. Glenn wakes up, put a TV on for him in his room and changes nappy. He's 17, by the way. Then Jasmine wakes up about 20 minutes later, carry her downstairs, change her nappy, and then the whole process goes and goes. Laundry. Joshua's just came home from Belfast with 2 suitcases of laundry. Get those all done and back, because they have to be back for today. And then get ready for lunches, and tomorrow do the banking and all the other bits and pieces, as well as do all my own work through the week. On St. Patrick's Day, Wednesday, Jasmine, our beautiful, almost 3-year-old daughter. No, slip of the tongue. Foster child.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. She's sticking with you. Right.
She fell off our climbing frame. Sorry, she swallow dived off the top of the climbing frame, head first into the ground.
Oh, no.
There was grass on her
King
forehead.
of the world.
Yes, pretty much. And one of the kids carried her in and said, "Oh, she's fell, she's hurt her head." And she cried a while. We give her some Calpol and kicked her out the door again. Okay? About an hour or so later, she goes, "Ah, wee," and starts holding her hand. And I'm getting her hand in my hand and wriggling her fingers, turning her wrist. No, they're all okay. The fingers aren't cold. Get on with it. Go and play. So comes round to bedtime. I get her dressed, and she goes, "Owie!" And darling, there's nothing wrong with your hand. No. More Calpol. Go to bed. She slept all night. I had an appointment the next morning that I had to go to. That was on Friday morning. And I said, look, Judith, if she is still like this at lunchtime, I'll go and get her checked out. So I came back from my appointment, went upstairs. She was down for her nap, picked her up, and she went, first thing she said was, owie. So I take her to hospital, and she has a broken fucking arm. A clean break, little trooper. And
that's amazing that she stuck with it, though. I mean, it wasn't a bigger deal.
And she's in a full hard cast now as well. So today I also had to shower her. So I'm wrapping her in cling film, or saran wrap, I think you call it over there. Yeah. And trying to hold her in the shower because she always has a bath. It just keeps on giving. Life keeps on giving to me, as well as, and work-wise, still in pandemic, I have never been busier. People are going, money, Robin, here, have it, loads of it. We want stuff. We want it all now. We want more stuff, and we want you. We want more, and we want to do a plan. And remember that 3D thing you did? Do more of those, and more ice cream, and more deli, and more. But we want it today. And I'm going, I can't do it anymore. I'm exhausted physically, mentally, and absolutely, utterly fucking wrecked. And I have no choice in the matter but to tie a knot and carry on. What a privilege it is to look after my family and my job and have great bastard friends like yous just to laugh at me.
Yeah. Judith is going to hold this over you now. She's just going to be like, see, Robin, told you it was hard.
So she asked me earlier on today, are you okay? And I went, yeah, I am. And there's no fucking right answer to that. Are you sure? I said, no, Judith, I'm a bit tired. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that tough. Judith, fuck's sake, what choice do I have? Oh, shit. What did I say that for? Anyway. Yeah. So, life is challenging. It's good. You know what? I'm getting through it. I appreciate all the things my wife does, even though I do a lot anyway, but having to do everything for everybody is absolutely exhausting.
Yep. The chat would like you to know they feel bad for you.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm. Poor thing.
Oh, right. Sorry. That's my dad tribe over. So, okay. I have watched a movie that I watched when it first came out with Sandra Bullock. She looked called The Blind Side, and and I've watched it again with different eyes now, because when I first watched it, we just started fostering, and it is a very foster friendly movie, because it's about this girl, well-to-do, plenty of money, and comes across this unfortunate chap and brings her in. And I would recommend people to watch The Blind Side again if they haven't seen it. It's a very good drama. I have been trying to get Judith to watch it again, and we've tried now 4 times, and she's lasted about 10 minutes. And out she goes. She just sleeps. Okay, I did manage to get one more submarine movie in. I believe Mark has now going down my black tube
yes.
as well.
You've infected him.
It'd be interesting to see. I think he watched Crimson Tide yesterday.
I believe he has watched it. I'm not positive. He has his own issues going on.
And he was watching.
By the way, Mark,
we were thinking about you, mate.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
I'm going to send you my 6 kids so you know you're suffering. Okay.
All right. Which movie did you watch? Which submarine movie did you watch, and was it worth it?
Well, I watched Kursk, The Last Mission. So the Kursk is a Russian submarine. This film's based on a true story. This is a submarine, really highly technical submarine that crashed, or something went wrong in the year 2000. And that, just as the Soviet Union was collapsing, not really spending any money on stuff to repair it or to get it together, and a torpedo exploded on board. The thing went down, and based on the events, and I did look it up afterwards on Wikipedia and different other places, the Russians were real fucking bastards. There were quite a few men survived the explosions. The back end of the sub got all blew up, and the front end compartments, there was about 25 or 30 of them, were in a safe compartment or safe-ish compartment and survived. and it took 7 days for the Russians. They had sold one of their rescue subs to the Titanic guys, so they could go down with tourists. So that rescue sub was gone. The other one was out of repair, and they only had one cranky old thing that wasn't fit.
And
for
they
purpose.
wouldn't take help. If I remember correctly,
they wouldn't take help until. Well, again, this is a bit of play on this, but it was 7 days before they let the English and Norwegian team with state-of-the-art stuff go down, and by that stage, the poor men had died. They had ran out of oxygen and drowned. So it was it's a drama. Yes, it's a submarine movie, but it's very.
It's
good.
a true life story. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah. So very very heart wrenching. But very very good. I'm enjoying the submarine thing. It's good. So that's good. The Kursk, the last mission, that's what it's called. And I would definitely give that on the scaling is a 1 to 5 pings, and that's a definite 3 pings per silly. Three pings only. Right. And the final thing that I did today, it was Gumtree. For some reason, I was on to in bed last night, and it had an adult beverage. Funny enough, you should say this. And there was this guy, and he had. I'm not going to get it down because it'll wreck everything. A big John Wayne canvas.
Okay, all right. The Duke.
John
Nice.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Big thing. I says, he's giving it away for free, and it happened to be in our village. So I typed it and says, do you still have it? He says, I'm going to leave it outside. First person to come and get it and have it. I says, do you still have it? He says, yes, I do. I says, well, I've had an adult beverage. I'll contact you in the morning if it's still there. So I did, and it was, and I went and got it, and it's cool, and it's up with me and the
Nice.
John Wayne. Yeah,
Why,
that's cool.
My dad would be very proud of you right now because that's like his hero.
You can tell him. You can tell him. And so the last thing then is when I went out to get the groceries, I had to do the shopping, Marks and Spencer's, yesterday morning, and I picked up a bottle of Dead Man's Fingers. Okay.
Oh man, it's good, isn't it?
No, yeah, it's good. It's quick. It's not the best one, but this is a twist, Pete. This is Dead Man Fingers coffee.
Oh,
coffee flavored. So.
Oh dear.
It's wow. It's so if you don't have time for coffee and not time for drinks, you can do them both together. So it's rum, but it does have a beautiful, rich coffee aroma and coffee taste.
I like it.
So
what colour's the bottle?
It's sort of a red colour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
So it's a red. So it's it's Dead Man Fingers with a coffee.
Would you add it to coffee?
Yeah. Do you know what would it be? I tell you what this would be lovely with. That there right now, this glass, okay, with a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it.
Ooh. All right.
It would be
I'm on board with that.
Awesome. I haven't ever had it, but I can just the flavors, the smells, vanilla ice cream. That would be the would be the bomb.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah. I made pina coladas the other night. My God, those things are filling. I was like 2, and I just was like, I cannot drink anymore. I'm like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So
coladas, dancing in the rain. You know.
So thank you everybody that's been around for me. Thanks guys for being there. I've been a bit quiet on the old social medias and stuff. So thank you very
You're
much
forgiven.
for your support. I just want a little less drama.
We would like less drama for you.
Yeah,
how's that? Kim.
Yes.
Talking about less drama.
Well, yeah, actually.
You are less drama.
There hasn't been much drama for
true.
me this week, thank God. So, no, I started out the week kind of poorly. I had a really bad migraine, which is why I wasn't on the show Sunday. And it kind of carried on pretty much for the rest of the week because we had a storm front move in. And so, yeah, that was fun. I mean, it was bad enough. I think it was Wednesday night after Colton went home. I crawled up on the couch and collapsed, and I didn't wake up till like 9:30. So, it was bad. And there's been a lot of overtime this week. I've had, with Colton. So that was kind of rough, but, you get there. My brother and my sister-in-law are looking at houses, and unfortunately they found one, which was an hour away, so I'll be okay. But so my retirement might happen in June or July. I'm not sure yet exactly, but yeah. So I mean, I'm excited because yes, less children and all that stuff, but then like I said, they're gonna be moving an hour away, and that's kind of
Well, maybe you just have to start traveling an hour to sit.
That is a nice thing that they said. Well, they're like, it's only an hour away. I'm like, well, true. It's not 3 or like Nevada away. So that's right. Okay. But yeah, it'll take some adjusting because I
tell them they have to pay you for travel time.
right. I've kind of got attached to the little stinker, but you know. But yeah, I mean, aside from me feeling blah all week, which as you can tell, I finally feel better. I need to quit buying Switch games because I bought more Switch games. So
Kim, you do have a problem, Kim. You do. You really do. You stack games up. You just keep buying them.
They weren't so cheap. I wouldn't buy them because it's Robin's fault because I bought Guns, Gore, and Cannoli and I bought Yoshi's Island Express. And I got them for less than $10.
Okay.
Guns, Gore,
All right.
Yeah. Which I played a little Guns, Gore, and Cannoli, and I'll tell you about that later. I bought that, and I bought Valiant Hearts. You know, the little war game. I think Ubisoft put it out. Yeah, they had it for like $5. So, and I haven't finished it yet on the Xbox, so I thought it'd be perfect for the Switch, considering I've been playing more Switch lately than anything else. And I got, and you're all gonna laugh at this, but it's me, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Cat's Quest 1 and 2.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Gems of War.
No, but I do have that on the Switch because it was free and I didn't have any games. And well, I played Gems of War, so that was good.
Yeah.
So yes, I bought some more games for the Switch because, like I said, I've been playing a lot more of the Switch lately and like I said, if they weren't going for like $4 or $5 a piece, I
feel like, by the way, I need to apologize to the audience because I said we don't care about Nintendo. Yet clearly, we care about Nintendo.
Just a little bit, I mean, it was bad enough today that I had to move my Xbox into the living room because I'm thinking to myself, I move it into the living room this week while Colton's taking his nap or whatever, I might actually be able to play because it's in the living room, so I can keep an eye on Colton and play my Xbox.
Okay.
Plus, so there was a little afterthought there, but other than that, spring is here. We're finally getting like our 50 and 60 degree temperatures and. I'm still figuring we're going to get snow in April because that's a thing and it happens. So, but spring is officially here and the grass is already starting to green up, which is nuts. Because normally you have like, a few weeks in there when spring happens where the grass is still kind of dead and gross. Nope. It's starting to green up now. So I'll take it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Awesome. That's about it for me. So
okay, well, I guess that leaves me. So let's talk. We'll talk shows first. So, Goblin Motorworks is it's a show about a British car shop where they are tweaking cars. They're modifying them and then reselling them. I saw it. I want to say it. Yeah, I want to say it's called Goblin Motorworks. It may not be, but it's the Goblin Motorworks is
Goblin
the actual
Works
shop
or something like that. Yeah, but
they just did a Bronco. They turned it into they lifted it and they cut the top off. They turned it into it was a sweet Bronco. So anyway, it caught my attention. Started watching it. It is now on my watch list. I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, first episode.
And
so that's on Disney Plus. Pleasantly surprised, happy. There's kind of two different views of Marvel, if you ask me. There's the Marvel trying to become kid friendly and family friendly, and then there's the kind of more hardcore Marvel that we were really starting to embrace, and I feel like they were starting to get away from that. Mm-hmm. This feels like they're coming back into it. It was just a really solid first episode for the series, so I'm really hopeful. I like what they're doing with the characters. It wasn't a total G-rated show. There was plenty of violence that matched what these characters would do, and so we'll see. I'm cautiously really optimistic about this, and it was all high quality production. Felt like you're watching a Marvel movie, which that was the most important thing for me. Awesome. So I can definitely give that a thumbs up so far. And then I've been watching a series for quite a while, and I don't know. It is on a channel called Reelz, Reelz, but it's called Breaking of the Band, or Breaking the Band, I think it is. And basically, it's narrated by Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, which I never knew until they covered Twisted Sister. But basically, they cover all of these different band groups and musician groups, and talk about their breakups, if you will, what led to their breakups. And it's so well done. And they cover we saw Sonny and Cher. I saw Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith. They cover all different types of bands. They cover the Beatles, the Police. I mean, a lot of different, genre of music as well. And it's just really good stuff. And I never would have thought in a million years Dee Snider was, the lead singer of Twisted Sister, is actually narrating this series, and he does a great job. He really does a really, really good job. And so it just gives you this really inside look into what happens with these bands, and all of the seedy kind of, behind the scenes stuff that happens that leads to their downfall. And it's sad because almost every band is going through these breakups, but some are just, some about, you kind of know what was happening, but a lot of these I'm like, I had no clue. So that was, really good stuff. Highly recommend that. We got our taxes done. Yay. Money back. Yay. And happily, to me, the right amount of money. So from the federal, we're basically covering, the money we get back is covering what we have to pay our tax person to do our taxes, which means they really weren't taking too much money out from my perspective. And then state, we always get a lot of money back. And so we're getting a nice little chunk back from the state. So that's good. And then thanks to Joe Biden, I got my stimulus money.
I'm still waiting on that one.
I can honestly say we didn't need this money, but we're getting it anyway. And so we're now suddenly my wife's like, well, maybe we'll redo the front yard. I'm like, oh, great. So here we go.
I don't know. Maybe you should get maybe some like safety handles to help you up the stairs. That'd be good.
Maybe.
You got a stimulus check back. I don't know if I said this the last time I was on here, but I got a bill from the tax man for over 5,000 quid.
Yeah,
because we paid me too much money.
Yeah, you got a bill, and I did not. And then last thing, there's this new cookie store called Crumble, and so they're gourmet cookies. We my wife told me about it. We're like, okay, let's try it. And so we went last Sunday. We were going to get some because they're open like till midnight on the weekends. Which I'm like, a cookie store? Why the hell would they be open? But apparently they're all the rage right now.
Yeah.
So
here too, yeah.
We tried to order, and we pull up to the place because we were like trying to order it online as we're driving to it, and it wasn't going through. There's a freaking line like 20 people deep, and I'm like, we're not waiting for this. So Thursday we ended up ordering some cookies like early evening, and my wife went and picked them up. They're good, but I mean, it was after all said and done with taxes, $17 for 4 cookies in a box.
Class.
Holy shit!
I mean, they're big cookies.
Yeah, I know, but it cost them $2, including the packaging. So
exactly.
For $17, I can make you like 6 dozen cookies. And
insult to injury, they charged me 3 times.
Ow!
Yeah.
I looked at my bank the next day. I'm like, what the hell? So that's been corrected, but
yes,
they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, that's right. The last time I was on the expensive bottle of rum, that got sorted out. English people, or in fact anybody in the UK, Judith, for Christmas, and she loved them. She got them anyway. We get cakes delivered every single week, so it's a box from an English company. You're an Englisher, they're Pete, called Little Bees Bakes. And they do this
Little Bees Bakes.
Little Bees Bakes, and they do deliveries, and you get 6 little packets of cakes, and you can gift them for presents. Pete, fantastic, lovely getting little box of cakes in, and they're really, really fabulous. Like we had some bake with cherry bakewells, but there's always a spin on it. Really, really intense flavors, really, really good. Give it a wee whiz if you want to treat treat somebody, somewhere nice. You can do a monthly subscription or yearly subscription or whatever you want, or a month,
For a moment, I really thought Robin said there's always spit on them.
Well, probably. Probably. Fucking people
Sure.
smiling.
Anyway, all right. Well, that's me. That's us. Let's move on. Let's talk some games, Robin.
Yeah. Sorry, when I said Englanders, I did watch Harrison Ford as a person in. He was a Chicago cop. Amish. He was Amish.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Just when I said Englisher, you're an Englisher.
The Witness.
The Witness.
The Witness. Yep.
Yes.
Really good movie. That's good movie. Well, and that had your woman from Top Gun.
Yep.
Before she got
and her top from Top Gun.
Yeah, she was. Wow, very good. Anyway, that's good.
All right.
Okay. Games.
There is a question in the chat, by the way. Boomer would like to know: have you ever watched the doc Twisted Fucking Sister? Which I assume that's for Twisted Sister.
Huh. Have you ever watched the documentary from Twisted? So interestingly enough, Breaking of the Band covers Twisted Sister as well, that's how I learned it was Dee Snider that was voicing all of that. So I've seen a documentary about Twisted Sister, but maybe not necessarily that one. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right.
There you go. Question answered.
Shall we play a game?
I want to play a game.
You are one pathetic loser.
It always makes me feel so much better. Okay. I'm not going to worry about talking about the games that we get for free that we have to pay for, because the month is pretty much on the back half, and we already know. We know what's there. So let's just move into what we've actually been playing. So I will start with the person with the most to talk about, which is Kim.
Holy crap. All right.
Holy shit, Kim, you've been busy.
Well, the Switch makes it nice because it's always there. So, let's see. I'll talk about what I don't think I've talked about yet, and that would be Guns, Gore, and Cannoli.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I bought that because of, Robin. He praised it to the high heavens. So I thought, all right, because it was less than, like I said, I think it was less than $5, or it was $5. I don't remember exactly. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go. It's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I guess I should have known what it was because we've talked about it on the show before. But that being said, it is good. I do have it on easy, and it's still kind of hard at times because they throw all the zombies at you like at once, and you got to kill them all. And sometimes those waves of zombies gets a little difficult even on easy because I can't seem to load the gun fast enough.
Can we just back up for a moment? And this is just me asking for a re-announcement of what this game is about, because I want to say this is about a gangster. But now you're talking about zombies, so I'm really confused.
Well, it's anyway. It's what's his name? Vinnie Cannoli. He's a mob. I don't want to say hitman because that doesn't seem right. But he's a mob guy.
He's a gumshoe mob guy, gumshoe sort of guy, 1920s.
Right.
Chicago.
All right.
And he's supposed to go and find another guy, but in the process of going to this city to find the other man, there has been I don't know, was it a shot or something? Anyway, something was done, and the citizens all took it or whatever, and now it turned them into zombies.
Yeah.
So basically, what's going to happen in real life?
Yeah, basically what's happening now. Foreshadowing, let me tell you.
All right.
So anyway, he's like I said, he's got to track down this guy from this rival mob family. That's the word I'm looking for. Mob family. Sorry, we don't have a lot of mobs here in Missouri, and we call them other things probably. So anyway, he's got to track the guy down from this other mob family, but in the process, he's also got to get through all these hordes of zombies. And like the other day, I rescued a guy named Rusty, and then he has I think he has a bar and a pool hall sort of thing. And you have several weapons, like you have a shotgun and a couple of different pistols and a little machine gun sort of thing. And like I said, you go through, you shoot the zombies and try to get further into the story. So, there's checkpoints and all sorts of things, and it's fun. It's listening to the game, and it's hilarious because it's definitely that old 30s 40s style mobster kind of talk, So that's kind of nice. So guns, gore, and cannoli
you'll get lots of guns. So that's what the guns is. So you will get flamethrowers and bazookas and rocket launchers and everything under the sun. And there's lots and lots of gore. So it's really not for little kids, really.
Yeah.
It's adult humor. And instead of picking up food or it is food, I suppose, or strawberries, your health packs are cannoli. Cannoli. Okay. It's and again from The Godfather. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. So it's all that sense of tongue-in-cheek humor. So I
liked the zombie strippers. Those were interesting.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a zombie stripper?
Zombie strippers with the whips. That was.
There is a movie about the zombie strippers. For the record, it is a horrible B-rated.
Probably.
Yeah. I had a relationship with one once, but the rotten woman split on me. So anyway.
Terrible. By the way, Kim,
I'm enjoying it.
Kim, I do want to point one thing out. You said that you don't really have any kind of mob related in Missouri. The Kansas City mob is like one of the most notorious, famous mobs out there.
All right. Well, and where I live in Missouri, we don't have a lot of
most
mobs.
of Las Vegas,
Kansas City, St. Louis, that sort of thing. Yes, they probably have them, but here in Podunk, USA, we don't really have mobs.
Fair enough.
At least not that I'm aware of. Meth heads, yes, but mobs, not so much.
Different conversation, different day.
Different kettle of fish. The meth heads aren't nearly as organized, but that's another story. So anyway, let's see. Guns, Gore, and Holy. Like I said, if you haven't played this game, I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, I picked it up for $5, and they have it on Xbox. Like I said, it's on the Switch. So I'm pretty sure it's on Steam. So I played a little more Trine, and that's going about as well as expected. It's an RPG. You have to pick between 3 characters. Sometimes I manage to kill all 3 off at once.
Okay.
It's one of those things. Let's see. Super Lucky's Tale. Yeah, I'm still playing with the fox. I'm still trying to figure out how to jump. And some of those levels are still hard. I mean, even on easy. And maybe it's just me and I'm not good at platformers anymore. But, yeah.
Yeah, but I did, I should say, I tried Super Lucky's Tale doing the game streaming. But with no controller, with just the touchscreen control, it was not happening. Yes. That was horrible. Yes. That took all of 5 minutes for me to say this is not going to happen.
So that's enough of that shit. Yep.
I think some of the difficulty spikes are unfair. Really, it's not very well balanced that way. So
exactly, I agree. And last but certainly not least, of course, Anthony's been here, and of course, what do we play? Minecraft Dungeons. When he's not playing Minecraft, and I could give a shit less about Minecraft. So we played that a little last weekend, and I don't know if it happened to anybody else, but it shut down on me like 4 times last weekend. Like, we'd be playing and it would freeze up and just poof back to the dashboard, and it's like, all right.
Those poofs, damn poofs everywhere.
Oh, they're terrible, terrible poofs. They were right up there with tribbles. It's terrible.
I had some poof last. It was.
I'll bet that was bad.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't think I have the latest DLC yet, but I've got the I don't know, one before. And of course they have the new, what is that, Ether or whatever the hell the thing is now, with the ancient hunts and all that. So I think Tony's been working on that without me. Little asshole. But I don't know. Minecraft Dungeons, we're still getting a lot out of it, and maybe that's because I only have like 3 2-player games, and that's one of them.
Okay.
And he seems to enjoy it. And he did name a chicken for me on his Minecraft game. He now has a chicken named George. So my life is officially complete now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robin, by the way, we would like you to name your next chicken George.
Are you called what? Why? Sorry, named. Sorry. Is your George your middle name or something, Kim? Or what?
No. I just wanted to.
And he called it George.
I said, oh, look. He's like, hey, I got a new chicken. I said, oh, well, like the Bugs Bunny cartoon, I will hug it and squeeze it and call it George. I think that's where it come from. And so I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to call it George. And he says, you really want me to name it George? And I says, can you do that? And he says, yeah, sure. So he goes in his little cabin thing, and they've got little name tags. Apparently you can name your animals in Minecraft now.
Huh.
And he goes and he named his little chicken George for me. So
I will call him George.
I will call him George. So there you go. Not sure I want to hug it and squeeze it because it probably shit all over me, but little square like chicken Minecraft shit. Anyway, I digress. I'm done now.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's,
awesome.
She's expended herself.
She has. She's way above and beyond. And then talk about not meeting the bar. Pete, chess.
Right?
Hey, listen, right? Let's just move on. Oh, yeah. I'll be playing chess.
Well, you've been busy. I'm trying to help you out here. There's not much help here.
Well, I have been playing chess, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start streaming it. So the reason why I was trying to get my OBS all sorted is because I'm going to put it on Twitch. There seems to be a big following on chess through Twitch, and I like playing this one game on the site called Bullet Chess. It's really, really good. You've got a minute each player, and when it's your turn, the time starts to go down, and when you make your move, the time stops and it goes over to the next person. So I suppose it's a lot easier because you haven't got the clock to knock around or pieces to mess around with. It's digital, so it's a lot easier. So you can pick it up quicker, but you've got a minute, and it's all about time control. And you don't necessarily need to put the other person in checkmate to win. I can see the feed. Oh my god!
I was gonna say, yeah. Hey, here's a fun fact for you, Pete. The guy that made XCOM loved playing chess and then got bored of it and realized it needed to be better, and so he made XCOM. So there's hope for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to make something like that though.
Are you going to Russia?
No.
Oh.
All right.
We can't even get there.
It's a crap. But you, apart from, so if it wasn't for the COVID, you would be playing chess in Russia.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you have the hair. No, you don't have the hair. You've got the beard, the right color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, this Bullet Chess, you've got a minute basically. You don't have to win by checkmate. You just you can win purely by just racing your pieces all around the board and collecting time. Time's the big key. And if the other person's time runs out, you win the match.
See, Pete, why don't you just put all the pieces in a bag and just shake them like my almonds here? Would that not do the same thing? Like just to shake them around the board a bit, like random, and see who wins? Is that not it? No. I mean, if it was that fucking good a game, you'd just play the ordinary chess. But it's so fucking boring. You have to make all these things up.
Listen, right?
What is the what's the one the pain chess that every time you lose a piece, you have to put it up your ass? That sounds like more fun. Come on,
Robin. Put
drinking
a sock
chess
in it for one moment, right? Let me give you this fact. There are 550,000 games of bullet chess played a day on that one site alone. Well, that
one man is very busy.
Yeah, well, so it's
don't you wave your
fun.
pen at me, mister.
It's real good fun. So anyway.
Pete, by the way, we give you shit because we love you, and I love the fact that you love chess. Don't get me wrong.
So hard.
It is a fantastic game, but it is a strategy game, which this should be a stepping stone for you to evolve. That's my hope. It is my hope.
No, I don't. Well, I'm creating a bit of a stream for chess, and what I did to test it out, I thought I'll play a bit of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I love that game as well.
It's interesting.
And suddenly switch it to chess, disappointing people everywhere. I love you.
You just killed me there, Kim. Brilliant.
Why do I come in this show?
You love the abuse.
It's the abuse.
Yes.
So I thought I'll stick on Assassin's Creed and I'll play a little bit of it, and that ended up being 2.5 hours. I ran the stream, and then I tried to find the stream afterwards, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So it was just a little Twitch setting that's supposed to be activated when you start the account, but it wasn't for some reason. I don't know. But all you have to do is just click it on to record past streams, and that was it. So I've streamed a little bit of chess today, So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I'm still, I'm well in the game. I haven't completed it yet. Oh, Mark, I think Mark's done it now, or he's got quite far into it. And he was like, oh, when you do this mission, this is when you know this is towards the end game. And I was just like, cheers for spoiling that. Because he said to me, he says, oh, we'll talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, no spoilers. And then he drops that out. So I was like, nice one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Anytime I hear no spoilers, I'm almost guaranteed to hear a spoiler.
Right.
Also, fun fact on the Twitch channel, we don't record our episodes. They don't stay in any kind of recording because of copyright strikes. But we do have them on YouTube. So if you're ever curious, by the way, if you're listening to us and you're like, what, can I see the past episodes? There's where it is. All right.
So that's me. I've not done a lot else, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, Robin, I guess this means...
Sorry, Daddy.
Go for a wee. Ginger Daddy, go for a wee. It happens when you get older. I may have to piss too, by the way. All right, Robin, Fit XR. Let's you've been continuing on
every day. Early in the morning, or not. I get at least 30 minutes, but I'm craving more time now. So between 30 and 45 minutes every day, working up a sweat with Fit XR. I'll put it on. I have streamed it on our Facebook channel a few times now. Last time
it's entertaining when you're eating cookies. I'll just say that.
Have you filmed yourself yet, Rob?
Have I filmed myself regularly?
Yeah, playing that game. Streaming it.
I've been streaming it on our Facebook, on the OC Facebook channel.
But have you set up a camera?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Are you ready for that? Yeah.
You should have a
as long as you're wearing clothes, man. That's my one fear. That's my one fear.
Yeah. Well,
see that little pinker.
Swing low, sweet chariots.
Is that true? When you come 50, they do go lower.
Yeah. Pete, everything drops on you, man.
I was 50 in London, so
There you go.
So yeah, it's very good. I have bought a couple more packs, some of the extreme packs. I knew you've played a bit of this, Pete.
Yeah, it's a great game.
And some of the extreme packs really do make you to work hard. It is like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I didn't think 3, 11 or 12 minute intense sessions this morning. And what I find myself doing now is I'm score chasing. So trying to beat my streak and trying to beat the high score. It's very good. It works up a real sweat. I am keeping the weight off. My weight is coming down. I have muscles in my arms now. These guns coming. I feel tighter in my upper body. I don't have a lower bad problem. My ass isn't too big, Kim, so I can't fit as many chest pieces as Greg could. It's very good. Fit XR. It's on Oculus Quest 2. I did play a little Tribe. I'm not even going to put that on. I bought Tribe. It was on discount this week, which is I'm not going to turn into him from Veteran Gamers. It's a mixing desk.
So Tribe XR is it? Or Tribe VR?
Something like that there. And I've done a bit of the tutorial and gone, Jesus, this is too complicated for me.
It is hard, isn't it? It's really hard.
I don't know.
You get respect, at least. If nothing else, you have respect for people that do that.
Yeah, that's what Joshua does, big style, and I know Fraser does it a lot as well.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Stu Fowler as well. So yeah, he's at that.
Hey, Robin, I got one of those silicon.
Condoms.
Silicon.
Oh, the ones I recommended.
Face covers.
Yeah.
For the
face condom.
VR. Yeah.
No,
face, Johnny.
I would say they do make you sweat. The sweat doesn't go into the sponge; it goes down you. But it makes it a lot easier to clean. I think more hygienic.
Yeah.
But look, when I come off half an hour or 40 minutes of Fit XR, I mean, like everything, as you can imagine, I don't stand there like some limp-wristed plonker going, "Oh poof, oh poof, oh poof." I really
on them, Pete. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I really get into it. So I come off there.
Put your condom away, Pete.
I come off a soggy mess. You know, I've done a really good workout, so I know it's not quite the gaming that you want to hear. And as I was said in the chat earlier on this week, or earlier on today, or tonight, or at some stage previously.
At some point, you talked about this.
Yeah. My new Xbox, the big black monolith that is sitting beside me here, has still not had my love. It still hasn't. Like today, I commented. I had my controller in my hand today for the first time in about a month, and I played some Star Wars Ginger Boy and the Little Robot. I can't remember the name of it again, so I played another chapter.
Jedi Fallen Order?
That's it. I prefer Star Wars Ginger Boy and Little Robot.
I do too, actually. I think it's a more catchy title.
Yeah. You know, it separates it because all the other names you get mixed up because you don't really know, you know, which ones it is. That's a good game.
Yeah. Actually, I think we should rename it Pete and the Bot.
Yeah. Star Wars Ginger Pete and the Little Robot.
Hey, I nearly bought a Series S today. I was really, really tempted. I don't know why I didn't do it. It's in stock on Amazon. There's quite a few that's selling it now. But I still haven't clicked that buy button yet. Oh, I don't know what to do, man. It's those loading times on Valhalla that's really pissing me off.
Yeah,
they do make a difference.
Mm-hmm. I wonder. Sorry. So, yeah.
So Jedi Fallen Order. Let's get back on track here.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's a hacky slashy, jumpy roundy, basic puzzler, PlayStation type game that looks pretty good. Okay, the gameplay is good. The camera angles are whizzing all over the place. It is what? Where am I? Okay, there I am. There's no real clear pathway. I'm looking for the little white strips on walls and bits and pieces. There's lots of other places to explore. I think it's a bit Metroidvania-like. There's places that you get extra powers that you can go back later on and jump over to stuff, because I've been trying to get to places where I can't.
Right.
So wall running and all that's now in play. Maps in play. I'm starting to do my power-ups now. So yeah, it's good. The characters are pretty good. The little robot's very, very cute. There seems to be a bit of a story to it. And some of the set pieces are very, very nice. There's monsters to hack and slash your way through. So
I mean, my thing was I think it's one of the better Star Wars games ever.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I honestly think this is probably one of the best just Star Wars games. I've not been a fan of the Battlefront games, although I you know, the idea of Battlefront I like, but I don't care for the campaigns at all. Maybe I should take this back. It's one of the best single player Star Wars games ever.
Yeah.
I'd
say that.
I just picture you in one of those. You know, the Emperor had the guys in the red, the big red clothes.
Right.
That's your role in Star Wars. Now,
it is.
Do you think those guys went home at night time and went, like, a hard day standing around without Emperor? Not much happened for years. All of a sudden, somebody came in. You know, Jim got slashed with a lightsaber thing. It was a blue lightsaber. I've never seen blue before. Usually red. But this young fella came in with a blue one. I managed to get away, but he got cut in half. But cheaper, so I need a pay rise. The dental's good, but
it's funny you say that. Because for the longest time, my head, stormtroopers were just like robotic fodder. And then I forgot which Star Wars it was, but they had the guy that was a former stormtrooper turned, and suddenly I'm like, oh no, they're actually people. Up until then, I never looked at them as being people. I always just kind of looked at them as being just the very robotic kind of cloned individuals that just had no personality. And then he pretty much proved that wasn't the case.
Yeah, but was that... hold on. See, so I think there's a difference here. Now we're getting into Star Wars lore, and somebody will correct me, Soda, if I'm wrong. But
sure.
Ewan McGregor went to the Sea World, okay? It was a big planet, and it had these big, tall, aliens, like from Close Encounters, and they were making a clone army. And they were made from Jabba... no, the bounty hunter. What was his name? What's the bounty hunter?
Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett's. Yeah. So they were clones of Boba Fett, or Boba Fett's son. Anyway, they were clones of him, and that's all of them were all Boba Fett as stormtroopers. That was the big, massive army that was built.
Well, that's what I always was led to believe. But then, of course, that Star Wars movie came out, and it wasn't.
So that came out, and that's that big army. But there were stormtroopers before then, and they were volunteers and other people that were inducted and brought in and brought through, and you went and joined it, and you were trained up and indoctrinated. But that army was something. That's where your robotic thing is like. But there were ones that had sort of their own personalities as well.
Yeah. Martin, by the way, is absolutely correct. Stormtroopers are the worst shot in the galaxy.
No, I would disagree. I think the A-Team are the worst. Or actually, enemies of the A-Team are the worst shots. Yes.
That was going to be my caveat. I was really just going to bring that up.
Yeah.
A-Team.
Flower pots. Yeah. Right? Flower pots got it worse than anything else. Really was.
Yes.
So, close.
All right.
Camino.
Okay.
Thank you, Camino. I didn't want to confuse him too much, Boomer, because his head's going grey. I didn't want to confuse him. So there you go.
Okay. I guess that leaves me. So I will talk. So I've been actually fired up Ori Will and the Wisps. I'd never really gotten into this game. So restarted it, and I have actually got the bug now. I've really been enjoying it.
Very good.
Been playing through it. Love the power-up system, the way they've handled it. Just at any point in time, you can kind of swap out which power-ups you want. And so it just makes it a little more friendly, for lack of a better way to put it. But I've just really enjoyed. And this game, my God, does this game look good? It is absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Yeah. It's big as well, isn't it?
It is big, yes.
Oh yeah.
And it has a lot of the back and forth, but the map system is good. It does the job well enough to where you don't feel like you're getting lost. It has that Metroidvania kind of element to it that you're backtracking sometimes to go get things you couldn't get before. But yeah, just overall, I'm just super impressed with this game. Kind of wish I had played it much earlier, but hey, it's in my playlist now, and
it's been exited and upgraded even more, so it's even more beautiful now. So
yeah, that was the interesting thing. So I was noticing in the settings, the visual settings. So my 4K TV does not do 120. So, but there are two options: is 4K 120, or I would say it was upsampling 6K at 60 frames per second. And I was just like, good Lord. But I mean, it just looks so good. And it plays super smooth. So just really happy with this. Also, quick resume with this game in particular works fantastic. I mean, you literally just pop back into it instantly. Literally no waiting time at all. As long as you have that enabled on your Series X or S. So it works very well for that, which you kind of expect. It's a Microsoft game. So there's that. So been playing that, but I finally fired up my Philism game, which is Empire of Sin. So this came out to Game Pass. And so how to describe this game? It is XCOM-like.
Oh, sorry.
But it has RPG elements to it, which I know people will be like, well, XCOM had RPG elements to it, but not like this. So the interesting thing is you're playing as a gangster family, which ironically, Kim, talking about Kansas City Mob. I think one of the characters you can play is a leader from the Kansas City Mob. But there's all different, famous gangster, heads of families that you can play as. And so like Al Capone's in there. And there's just all different types of character types. And I think there's like probably 12 or 15 or so that you could pick from. And they all have different personalities, different traits, different quirks to them. And the interesting thing is when you're playing as one of them, their personality, their bonuses, their traits do play out in kind of mini role-playing segments where you might be talking to another crime boss and you're negotiating with them. And so your skills and your personality can come into play And depending upon what you say, you could offend them, you could make peace with them, kind of negotiate, a treaty, if you will. So that little twist is really different because you don't have any of that in XCOM. There's no kind of dialogue trees and discussions. It's just you kind of pick your mission, you go to your mission. So in this, you have your missions, you have, it's a cover-based, turn-based system. So when you're fighting inside a building or taking on a mission, it's very XCOM-like in that way. But then it has these other systems around, building out your crime syndicate family, hiring, turning establishments into different fronts. You have to hire security. Like, one of the first things you do in the tutorial is you create a speakeasy. You have to hire security. You hire a band for entertainment to help draw people in, so they buy booze out of your speakeasy. And then later on, you are charged with going to another crime boss, and it goes to this RPG element where you're talking to him and you're kind of negotiating what it might happen. And the way you kind of navigate through that dialogue, I think there was an option for me to get out of not being in combat with it. I could have actually negotiated kind of a truce with him, but I ended up just deciding to be a dick, and I kind of went the combat route. But I really like those elements. It kind of puts another layer into the XCOM formula. And so really enjoying the game. It is XCOM through and through, though. Don't be fooled.
And it is all gangster.
Yep. 1920s, 1930s gangster. Your Tommy guns, pistols. Booze. Your moonshine running, that kind of thing. And pretty violent. Like what the character, I forgot the guy's name that I took, but one of his special attacks is he takes like what looks like a field hockey stick, and just clubs the shit out of people with it. And so I just run up on people and I'm beating them down with this stick. So it's good.
If you want to beat this game, if you really want to beat the game, you see what I'm saying? This is what you have to do. This is what you have to be prepared to do. If you want to get it, if they pull a knife, you have to pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the game way. And that's how you beat this game. Now, do you really want to do that? Are you ready to do that? I'm offering you a deal. Do you want this deal?
That's pretty much the dialogue of the game.
Well, that's Untouchables, of course. So anyway.
Yeah, but that is this game. I mean, that really is it.
Well, that interests me then.
Yeah, it's good. So the voice acting, it's interesting. The voice acting is pretty good, although it's a little bit choppy. Like, because they all the options you have will change what your response is, and the voice sync is not terribly great. So when you're watching your character speaking, it's a bit off, but the dialogue, the spoken word is all there. So you're not reading a bunch of things. You're listening to people talk.
Okay, well,
but yeah, overall, I've been enjoying it.
The chins might like it then because they don't have to read. So
yeah,
they don't have to read stuff,
Well, hey, you'd be happy. I played as the main character I chose was Mexican Irish.
Ah, good.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's me. That's it. That's all I've been.
Excellent, brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
Well done, fantastic.
Hello, Mike. Family.
Excellent.
All right. Speaking of family, real quickly, Need for Speed Challenge. Mark sent in some results real quickly. Just wanted to get that in. So in fourth place, we had Matt Nation at 2.57 or 2 minutes 57 seconds. And sorry, I can't even speak right. 2 minutes 57 seconds and then 0.58. Then we had Mark himself coming in third at 2 minutes 38 seconds. Martin came in at 2 minutes 25 seconds, but leading the pack was Luis Raimondo at 2 minutes 24 seconds. So there you go. He took the challenge this week. Don't know if we're actually going to do another wave of this challenge. I think we might be moving on to another game because interest seems to be feigning a little bit. So just keep an ear to the ground. We'll have something new to tantalize and challenge you with in the near future. That being said, we've got news to talk about. There's quite a bit of news.
Here is the fucking news.
All right. So first up, if you were looking forward to the next Batman game this year, Gotham Knights, the unfortunate news is it is not coming this year. The good news is it is still coming, but it's not till 2022.
God damn
Warner
it.
Brothers,
Really?
they did announce that they're delaying the game. Look, I think this is going to be a reoccurring theme most of this year. Yeah, you know, the pandemic, as much as we want to think it didn't impact these guys or that they could work through it, I think most of these companies, they could probably get away with being remote working for a little bit, but the extended amount of time that they had to work remotely, I think really is impacting. So
we need to get together as humans. If you work in a team like that, there you do. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff you can work from home, and I know you work from home yourself, Greg, and I do quite a bit from home. Very rarely go to my office, but I still miss my team meetings with my team. I still miss that contact.
I missed. I mean, I used to travel quite a bit. I don't do that anymore, at least not right now. It definitely has changed a lot. Speaking of changing a lot, Evo, the big esports tournament, was purchased by Sony, which I thought was a curious buy. Here we talk about these big companies buying up smaller studios and making more development houses. Sony basically purchased Evo. And so I don't think anything really is going to change. It's one of the oldest, longest running esports tournaments in the world, and Sony now kind of has their stamp on it. They didn't disclose any of the terms of the deal, so we don't know how much it was or what the specifics of it are yet. I'm sure we'll learn eventually. But yeah, it is now a Sony-owned endeavor.
It's funny the stuff that is being bought, and I seen earlier on in the week there that Fortnite owners, the wonderful and fantastic Epic Games, are now valued at about 28 billion after another round of funding, because Fortnite has been a massive hit during the Wu flu. So founded 30 years ago. It's taken 30 years, so nothing's been easy. But wow, any company, 30 years, 28 billion is just
craziness.
The numbers involved in the gaming industry now are just phenomenal.
It's silly money at this point. It's just insanely huge. So speaking of other companies that are insanely huge, Square Enix, they still are pumping out games, and there was a demo we saw, or a kind of a trailer called Project Athia. Well, that has finally been given a name. It's now actually called Forspoken. So they came out and shared details of that game. It's going to be coming to the PlayStation 5 and PC, and it should be coming, I believe, this summer. I don't think we have an official release date, but we do know that there is an actress. Her name is Ella Balinska. I guess she was in 2019's Charlie's Angels as the protagonist, Frey Holland. So she is now the lead actress in this. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's interesting because it looks to be set in modern times. Female protagonist, she, is wearing very modern kind of clothing in a building, but there's a dragon flying around outside. And she's like, is that a effing dragon? So it feels, what was that movie? Oh God, now I'm totally drawing a blank. There was a movie about dragons being kind of uncovered. Matthew McConaughey plays one of the key.
Reign of Fire.
Yes, thank you.
Reign of Fire, yep.
Reign of Fire. So dragons basically are awoken. We always thought they were mythical beings, but they turn out to be real, and they kind of torch the earth, if you will. I'm wondering if this game is going to be something similar to that. I kind of got that vibe a little bit, but yeah. I'm definitely interested. We don't know if it's going to come to any other platforms, obviously, beyond PC and PlayStation 5 at this point. It certainly seems like it might be a timed exclusive, but there it is. So if you have a PC or a PS5, you'll have something interesting to check out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Illuminating.
Yeah. Speaking of new things, Sony's PS5 VR controllers got a little bit of a spotlight shown on them. They revealed what they look like. And so I don't know if you can capture that screenshot, Robin, or not, but basically they are an orb-like shape grip. And so in essence, as I lose my spot in the, because you blew that up.
Oops.
Yeah, so they are going to also use hepatitis. Yeah, haptic feedback triggers. I was trying to figure that one out. Haptic feedback triggers. They also are going to be using Valve Index style finger touch detection, so you'll be able to make gestures such as pointing, and also importantly, no glowy lights on these controllers, unlike the previous Move controllers. They're controlled, or they're tracked by the new PS5 VR headset with the, I guess there's rings at the bottom of these controllers that the headset tracks them through. So there we go. PS5 VR. Sony certainly has been making a lot of I mean, it still seems like it's a ways off, but they're definitely getting more out there with PS5 VR. And then speaking of Sony, hardly Dan. Robin's off the quiet. Sony announced more giveaways, part of their Play at Home program. So they're giving away games to encourage people to maintain social distancing amid the pandemic during the warmer months. So they're giving away basically 9 games, including Horizon Zero Dawn. They are free. You don't actually have to be a PS Plus subscriber to get these games. So they're just out there. They're just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. So Horizon Zero Dawn, Abzu, Enter the Gungeon, Res Infinite, Subnautica, The Witness, and then some PSVR games, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Thumper, and Paper Beast. Those all are coming free for you.
Well,
the majority of them on the 25th of March.
Horizon Zero Dawn's that's a good pull. That's good.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn will be available on April 19th.
Cool.
So go get those free games.
Rob VTS in the chat is pregnant.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Rob.
Congratulations.
It happens. Yep. That's actually what I meant to say. Congratulations, Rob. Yes. Pregnancy is a wonderful thing.
You tart.
You he she. And then just rounding out the news, Microsoft announced an ID at Xbox event happening on March 26th. So this will be a showcase event, over 100 plus games that they'll be kind of showing off on their Twitch channel. Interestingly, they go on to say, although there are 100 plus games that are going to be in this event, that during the showcase they will debut new trailers and gameplay from more than 25 games, including Second Extinction, The Ascent, The Wild at Heart, Void Train, Exo 1, and most importantly, Stalker 2. And the Stalker 2 news, I guess, leaked a little early. So some people actually already saw, I guess, the trailer that was supposed to be happening. So they're now putting out something new for this event. But the screenshots I saw from Stalker 2 look jaw-dropping. It looks fantastic. So that'll be happening on March 26th, 9 a.m. Pacific time. In the UK, it will be at 1600, not 1700 as it usually is. So just mind that. 1600 for you guys because you haven't done your time change yet.
Are people still cracking up about Bethesda and Microsoft? Yeah.
I don't know if they're still cracking on about that. Yeah, maybe a little bit here and there.
Isn't that cool? So cool. That was good news. I like that news.
But yeah. But that's pretty much everything. I'm excited for this ID event. I want to see us have events again. I want to see us have something to be excited about for the future. It feels like there's just not enough like forward looking about games to come. It's felt very stagnant. I know Sony had their event not too long ago, but that event really underwhelmed. I mean, I don't know if it was because there just wasn't a lot of games in the event, or the games themselves were underwhelming, and maybe that same thing happens here with Microsoft. But
for the past million years, I've been going to gaming events, and for the past 2, I haven't been able to go to one, and that's what I miss. Frig the official people releasing games. I just want to go and suck up the atmosphere and get pissed. No, and have fun and crack and social, and we miss that. That's what we all miss. We miss touching each other.
I do not miss touching you.
Yes, you do.
All right, Pete.
Boy.
Pete, I'm going to take Kim's duties away from her, and I'm going to give them to you.
You can't read.
Never mind. I'm going back to Kim. Kim, we'll have you read through the new releases.
Okay. One of us will be reading through the new releases anyway.
Exactly. There's quite a few.
There is quite a few. All right, your new releases for March 21st through the 27th are Overcooked, All You Can Eat for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, March 23rd. Story of Seasons, which apparently also doesn't go with Overcooked, but whatever. Pioneers of Olive Town. Okay. For the Switch on March 23rd. Oh, strap yourselves in for this one. Love, School Idol Festival. After School Wah Home Meeting. That's the title. I swear to God, I'm not making it up. For the PlayStation 4 on March 24th. Paradise Lost for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on March 24th as well. There's a big hole there. All right. Black Legend, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 25th. Robin, I love you, but stop it. Dandy Ace for the PC on March 25th. Dark, D-A-R-Q, I almost said K there for a minute. Complete Edition for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S on March 25th. El Hio, I looked that one up. A Wild West Tale on March. I skipped a spot there. For the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch on March 25th. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life for the Xbox One and PC on the 25th as well. Here's one some are excited about, I'm sure. We have Balan Wonderworld for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch on the 26th. Anyone excited about that one? It looked a little weird to me, so, you know. Whatever. Genesis Noir for the Xbox One, Switch, PC on March 26th. Really? All right. It Takes Two, which is also, I think, another one that some people are looking forward to for the PlayStation 5, for the Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC on the 26th. Monster Hunter Rise for the Switch on March 26th. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S on March 26th.
Really?
And those are your new releases.
Monster Hunter? How ridiculous. Nobody's ever... Stop changing the words around. It's not Monster Hunter.
Well, I guess it might be Monster Hunter, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Hunter. So,
King Woods. Jesus.
It's right there on the page.
Get back to the class. The back of the class, in the corner there. Over by those tall
Speaking of
ships.
the corner. Back to the class.
Yeah.
Robin.
Get my hunt hat on and yeah.
Oh fuck.
Robin, yeah, it's time. You take the dunce cap off. Let's go. Victory achieved. Let's talk about it.
People finished games this week, and that's really good. And I love people finishing games, and it's fantastic. They're really fantastic. They're really, really good people. And today's date's the 21st, so people finish games between the 14th of that time, and the people that finished those games that I have recorded accurately would be people like.
This is the worst stall
people
job
like Colin All
ever.
Cars. He finished Nino Conti remastered, and John Mice. He finished Yakuza 0 because that's a Japanese thing too. And also Mr. Miyagi, the man from Down Under. He finished Adam's Adventure Origins. And he said that was rough, Euro, janky, Indiana Jones ripoff. Absolutely. And what happens with those people that I've just read out? Well, do you know they get entered into a draw to win money? We give away money, and at the end of this month, all of these games and people that finish them will be put into a big sack. And Greg will put his hands down into his sack and pull out one of the magic balls. And written on one of these magic balls will be someone's name. And it'll be in very big font. And that person will win $20 or 15 quid to buy a game of their choice. And all you have to do is send that off with a photograph of yourself with the scrolling credits in the background to @OC_podcast with a hashtag of #victory achieved. It's wonderful. It's free money or a holiday to the Bahamas, whichever one you prefer. And that's legit.
But it's better than a swabbing at the airport.
But in the meantime, what we get right now is the sound of 2 long cotton buds being put up your nose while sitting on a rook.
As long as it's up your nose.
Victory's achieved. Victory's achieved.
There.
Oh, lovely. Pete, look, we're at the end of the show, Pete. I feel like you've been overly quiet, and it's partly my fault. I took some duties away from you. I gave them to you, and then I took them back away. Terrible. I mean that way. I know. I get it. But Pete, if you were thinking, you know what, how could I find this podcast? How could I find these fine people and communicate with them on Twitter, on Facebook? Do you have any advice you could give?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. Good man. Maybe an @OC_podcast on Twitter, maybe?
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah, that is. It is. How about an email? Do you think we have an email address?
Is it something like podcast@ocpod.com?
It's something like that. Yes, indeed. It is something very much like that.
Yeah.
I bet we might even have something on Facebook. You think?
Facebook.ocpod.com. Do you reckon?
Shut up.
No.
That's crazy. It's got to be wrong. But yeah, no. We're there.
Follow us on Twitter @OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
You see, Pete, that's a professional.
That's way easier.
This is the Department of Redundancy department.
Except for the professional who didn't have his victories achieved updated. But you know, that's all right.
Time, sorry.
Shh, we don't talk about that, Kim.
Don't mention the war.
Pete, I appreciate you making the effort and doing the live read, not some recorded junk from years past. Going live. I appreciate that.
I hope Nicole never hears that.
Yeah, no, I'm praying. I'm a marked man already. But Pete, let's start some shout outs. Let's wrap this up. Let's put a bow on this pig.
Well, I'm going to shout out Rob VTS. He's just actually jumped on the chat and had a bit of a blurb about.
That's why we're stopping the show. Actually, he came on. We're like, we gotta shut this off now. Rob's here.
He's on my recommendation. He started to watch Marriage at First Sight.
Oh God!
And he likes it. See, I'm not offering all of my wisdom on TV and just giving you a load of shit to watch. It's, you know,
I'm pretty sure there's been no wisdom offered by you.
You wanna shut up?
Ow!
Yeah, Daddy or not. You can just shut it.
All right, Daddy Smurf, let's go. Come on.
So anyway, I'm gonna.
Oh God, Daddy.
Oh.
No.
Jesus.
Pete's got a new nickname.
Yeah, Daddy Smurf. You could stop laughing as well, Mummy. Yeah. So I'm gonna shout out Rob. I'm not gonna shout out anybody else because everybody's just bullying me. I'm going to pass you on to Kim.
Ouch! Ouch. Well, I don't know if I can, All right.
Let me.
Before we get to that, I have a game to give away if someone wants it. Woo. So, this past week, a developer, a publisher reached out to me, the Quantum Astrophysicist Guild, and they had a game come out on the 20th called Space Otter Charlie. It is as you can probably guess, it is a platformer where you are a otter named Charlie. And it's a space platformer, I guess you'd say. There's like, what's it say? 0G platforming, a bunch of cool gear and upgrades, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I have a Steam key for this game, and if someone would like it, hit me up on Twitter. No,
dick pics.
No, oh God, no, none of those, please. No otter dick pics either, please. Anyway, I'm not out there because they probably exist. So, yeah, I would keep it, but I don't play on Steam, so I might pick it up for the Switch, though, because it's like $11 on Switch, so I might do that. Awesome. So, yeah, I figure if they're nice enough to give it to me, and I don't want it to, like, just sit there and not play it. So if someone would like to play it, just hit me up on Twitter, and I'll give it to you. So the code, that is. Anyway, carrying on. Our shatters for today are Lord, Nerd Allegiance, a Boomer who is in there, of course, Martin, Hardly Dan, and, of course, Rob VTS. So, thanks, guys, for stopping in the chat and keeping us all busy. It was great.
Yes.
Shout out to Pete, because it seems like every time I came on the show, he was like, no, I'm busy, I can't, yada, yada. I was starting to think maybe I had, like, the plague or smelled bad.
Oh, no.
Something. So, thanks, Pete, for actually showing up. Actually, now it'll be Daddy Smurf, which sounds really terrible, but it makes me laugh. So, there's that. Shout out to you guys. I was kind of bummed I missed last week, but I felt like dog shit, and I didn't want to, come on here and, like, be all terrible. So, a shout out to you guys. It's fun, like always. So, everybody have a great week. On to Robin.
Yeah, I just like to shout out to Pete as well there, because, we're bullying him, and I'd hate him to feel like Megan.
Ow!
So we really don't want that to happen, because it's all serious.
No, because we like Pete.
Yeah.
No, but we are wondering if the child
she
is
knows
what
She knows what it's like to be with a ginger.
They're big socks.
Oh dear.
So, I will mention again, love Sharon Foster on Instagram. Please check it out, and a longer table where my wife is very much involved in that, and her sisters. There's like 3 sisters. Can you imagine doing Foster? Wow, sounds sexy, doesn't it? Yeah. _love Sharon Foster, love Sharon Foster, and all you wanted to know about fostering with 3 sisters doing it together. Wow, see, they want followers. Anyway, they're giving stuff away, and it's all about fostering. So do that. Guys, thank you. I needed this tonight. I really did, because it's been a tough couple of weeks. But I'm all right. I can handle it. I just want more time. Time is kind of weird. So
I hear you there, dude.
Yeah, I want to shout out my shirt because it's kind of gay. And I love it. And to everybody that listens to the show and tunes in and sends feedback, and it catches you out sometimes when somebody sends you a little message and it's about something you said months and months ago, and it's kind of weird that people actually listen to this stuff. So, everybody stay safe, be sensible, get back to work if you can, meet people if you can, and play games and have fun and love each other. So, that's this. Don't listen to Pete as far as his television recommendations are concerned, and watch more submarine movies. Greg, thank you very much, my wonderful friend and host. Love yous all. Love you all.
I don't
I love
know
you.
what to say at this point.
You're my daddy. You're the daddy.
Oh, God.
You're the daddy. Sorry, I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy. I'm gonna be your daddy.
So you just gotta let him get it out of his system. He's like a 5-year-old. It just has to happen. You let it happen. He'll peter out. He'll run around for a little while, and then he just runs right into the wall, and he's done.
You understand why? Sorry, I have to take Papa Smurf off the feed at the moment. It's disturbing.
I do appreciate the Smurf-tasticness of the show. Pete, I really do love you, man. I give you a lot of grief, and it's only because I love you, and I know you can take it. So just
too right.
Deal with it, Papa Smurf. Daddy Smurf for the win. Kim, thank you very much for joining the show. We're glad to hear you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Also, next week maybe you can talk to us about the toaster that you won. And Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Robin, my friend.
Yeah. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Exactly. Suck it up. Jesus Christ. Let's move on, okay?
Okay.
Just toughen up. A big shout out to everybody that joined the chat. It was great. Loved seeing all the back and forth. More of that, please. Don't be afraid to email the podcast. We really will try and look at emails once in a while. Yeah, okay, yeah, be afraid. That's fine. But come back. Come back next week. We'll be talking more video games. Mark, Jenny, feel better, please.
Sure.
Get healthy. Same thing with Judith. Honestly, though, I really think she's just trying to get out of doing work in the house.
She has.
I think that is legitimate.
Well.
Yeah. I know. And I think that's it. I think we can just say this is a podcast and we're done. So why don't we just wrap this up?
Okay.
Maybe?
In a bow?
By the way, Robin,
Yeah.
that's a gay shirt.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me love you.
I've ordered some great T-shirts. I hope they were here for this week. I've got two T-shirts coming. Hopefully they'll be here for next week. One is it's Teenage Mutant Hero Tinas. So it's got little Tina Turners. They're all mutants with the Teenage Mutant Heroes logo. Yeah. So can't wait for that. And I've got another one which is like a Portal one, and it'll be England. You guys won't get it, but it has the Chuckle Brothers on it. To me, to you, me, to you, and they're holding the portal guns. To me, to you, to you. Anyway, so hopefully next week those will be here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You just you didn't remind me of this actually, but I forgot. I did want to just a shout out to Gary Lever.
Oh, sorry.
No. This is a serious shout out, real quickly. We were able to do a really nice thing. Yeah.
Sorry.
Gary Lever's account. We raised over $4,000. We won a gold medal. And so I sent that off to his mom with a nice letter and put it into a nice little case for her as just a hopefully a good reminder of what, the goodness in her son was. So, but that was a special thing. I knew it was going to happen. I kind of had this brewing in the back of my head of how to pull it all together and send it off to her. And so that wraps the Gary thing up, if you will. That's a horrible way of saying it, but
it brought a tear to my eye again. It's funny, and I'll tell you why. Sorry, because it's so odd how that came up, Greg. So Joshua was home. That was Friday evening, and he came in to say he has to do his end of year, his thesis for uni, and he's doing a video, like a little documentary on gaming community and friendships in gaming. And he said, Dad, would you be interviewed? I'm interviewing several people. Would you be interviewed and chatted about it? And I went, oh, lovely, son. Yeah, no, I have no problem talking. I'm shy and all, but I could manage it, I think. And he went off, and I started to think, wouldn't it be lovely to talk about Gary and because it was with gaming and COVID and Wu flu and how it's affected people. And this time last year, Gary, I was running those video nights, the movie nights, and Gary was at a few of them, and it all had us all part of it. And I was going to mention it, and then Joshua said it was more light-hearted. But anyway, I was thinking about him, and then I went to WhatsApp, and you had posted that, and that really caught me. So, yeah, that was lovely. It's a lovely thing you've done. And well done, Gary.
It
well
wrapped
done,
it all up. Exactly. Well done, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that note, Robin, take us out.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.